when I see greater than, am I shading above or below? Above. And when I see less than, I'm shading below. Good. These should be reminders from when we did absolute value inequalities graphically. We're going to do the exact same thing we did for those. So when we did absolute value inequalities graphically, we're going to do the exact same thing for these. Your delta math will have both absolute value and quadratic graphs because they look the same. They do the same thing. So this first example is asking, where is the graph less than or equal to 0? Where is the graph less than or equal to 0? So where am I going to draw my horizontal line? 0. Right? You always draw your horizontal line at this number. So we're drawing 0. And then I want you to mark the points where it hits your graph. And write down those x values. So that's -2 and 0. Some of us tend to use the wrong x values, so this helps you to not use the wrong x values. Now, are we shading above or below?
Below.
Below, because it says less than, right? So we're going to look below. So where is this below from here to here?
Wait, what are you asking again?
It's asking where's the graph below 0. So here's 0, so we're shading where the graph is below 0. Now, is that one section of the graph or two? One, right? That's one chunk of the graph, so it's going to be an and or an or. And. One section is an and. So we're going from our 2 points, -2, 0. And our problem has or equals to, so we'll put or equals to. There's your solution. You can write it on your solution line at so much scroll. So whenever you get your answer, right, you have to check and see, is it an and or an or? If it's an and, you will always write your inequality like this. From your left to x to the right point. Your inequality signs will always face that way, because you're saying x is between -2 and 0, and that's where the graph is below the line.
So that will be the final answer.
That's it. Some mistakes that I typically see.
So there's no solving involved, that's that?
That's it. You solved it. So the mistakes that I see, so don't write this. This is wrong. But mistakes that I see are this a lot, right? Putting your inequality signs to each other in an and. That's not how they go. They always match each other for an and. Or doing them in the wrong order. This is also wrong. Okay, you gotta go from left to right. Okay, let's look at the next one. The graph less than 6. So where am I gonna draw my line? 6. Good. Okay, draw the dots where it hits and write down what those x values are. So this is at 4 and 6. Is this asking above or below? What is this sign? Less than, so below. So from here below the line. From here below the line. Now, did I shade one part or two parts of the graph?
Two.
2 parts. So is it an and or an or? Or. 2 parts of the graph means it's going to be an or. So I know we have 4 and 6. When you have an or, it will always be x is less than the left one, right? Because the graph is going this way. So it'll be x is less than 4. And then the graph goes to the right from this point, so it'll be x is greater than 6. Your ors will always look like that. Less than that one, greater than the one on the other side. Or your inequality mouse will open up towards the middle. Okay, so x is less than 4, greater than 6. The biggest issue is putting these in the wrong direction. Okay, it's always going to be less than your left number, greater than your right number. Okay, so there's your solution. Feel okay? Good. Okay, then I'm gonna give you 5 minutes to do these two. All right, for 7, where am I drawing my line? 0. Okay, see where it hits? So it hits at -2 and it hits at 0. Okay. Am I shading above or below?
Below.
Above. It says greater than. Okay, is that 1 or 2 section?
2.
So is that an and or an or?
Or.
Or, and it's always less than, and this is or equals to, the left one, or greater than, or equal to the right one. So check your signs. It's always going to be less than the first number, greater than the second number. For 8, where am I drawing my line? 6. Draw your dots. So that hits at x equals 4 and x equals 6. Okay, make sure you're using the x values. Am I shading above or below?
Above.
Good. Okay, so shading above, is that an and or an or? And, because it's one section of the graph.
Good.
So for and, it's always your number, x, your other number. Check to make sure you don't need an or equals to, and you're good. Feel good?
Now, Imani,